He gonna get off his corners? You gonna leave his people be? Or you the one that's gonna find yourself a new club?
You don't mean that shit?
The fuck I don't. I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk.
You ain't killing him. You giving it to him.
Fuck they call you, man, boy.
Cause I was a full-grown man when I was still just a little boy. Man, boy. How you sleeping at night, son?
Like a baby.
Must the rock get a hold of their ass? The person you knew, they gone.
I had plans for you. I made arrangements.
Arrangements?
Yes, arrangements.
Come on, Avi. You gonna admit what this shit really about?
Yeah. What up, world? We back for another episode of Crux Media Group presents Past the Remote. This is Snowfall, Season 4, Episode 7. It's your boy B-Eazy.
It's your boy Cain 7 times.
Melly Mel, what's up?
Yeah. This episode is called Through a Glass Darkly. I didn't get the name until I watched the show, but anyway.
I didn't know what the name was. What was it?
Through a Glass Darkly.
Darkly.
Yeah.
I finally figured out what the names was this morning. I said, how you always know what the name is?
Hey, man, that's what I do, man. I'm like Batman out here. People be wondering how I do what I do when I do it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah. I ask you, Mel, your first thoughts. How did you enjoy the episode?
I enjoyed it, man. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
It was a great episode.
I know what Cain gonna say.
What I'm
Let me guess. Cain probably gonna say, you know, this is throwing it back to season 1. A lot of story building.
I was.
You know what I'm saying? That's Cain thing right there.
Yeah,
So for real, how you liked it though?
I did. I like you just said. It's the story building, the storytelling. It's leading up to the next episode. It ain't deviating from what made them a top show early in the beginnings of Snowfall. You know what I'm saying? They ain't deviate. They ain't trying to get like Power, how Empire had it all of a sudden get so gangster and so thrilling. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely enjoyed it. Great episode.
Let me ask you a question. Because I think it was you in one episode we said that it was the pivot. But now is this episode a pivot for a lot of other stuff that's about to come up? I'm
gonna call it a half pivot, and the reason I'm saying that it's a half pivot is because that other show that we kind of determined was the pivot. I think now you're seeing from that pivot how everybody character is kind of taking a small change to kind of adapt to what's going on.
Okay.
But now I think it's gonna come a period where now they got to adapt again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, maybe it's another half pivot because now everybody kind of done adapted to that pivoting moment early in the season. So I call it a half pivot going on now.
Okay.
Where I liked it. I'm about like you though. You know, the story building. It didn't have to take a lot of action. I kind of
because you didn't like the last one, right?
That was the one where they went. No, that was the one before that.
Before that, okay.
I think what was the one when they first went to went down to Little Rock.
That was the last.
That was the last one.
That was the last one. That was the first time.
Yeah, that's the first time.
So
and you had all
stereotypes.
the the stereotypes and your little gripes. Yeah, that was the last episode.
Yeah, after watching it a couple times, you know what I'm saying, it kind of grew on me. But my first thought, you know what I'm saying, like I really didn't like all of that stuff. But this episode was a lot of storytelling. They always walk up to the line where they about to jump the shark, but then they don't jump the shark. So
I've never heard that before.
So jumping the shark is a phrase people use in television and television to where they do some outrageous shit just for ratings, right? So it came from the show Happy Days, and on Happy Days, one of the characters, they did some shit. They was like on the beach or whatever. He was like water skiing or some shit, and he literally jumped the shark.
Wow. Fonzie? Was it Fonzie?
I think it was Fonzie.
Not the Fonz.
Yeah, and he literally like jumped the shark, and it was like it's shit that shows will do that is way out of character for the show, for the type of the show or whatever, and they call it jumping the shark. Like they taking shit too extreme to try to kind of like
we call that niggas being extra.
Yeah, like Steve Urkel kind of did the shit on their show. Like it just took it to a whole, and now the show is like outrageous from that point on. Like the show just bad. So it seemed like sometimes they walk up to the line to jump the shark and then they dial, you know what I'm saying, they dial it back.
They be about to make it corny, then they bring it back.
They bring it back. Yeah. But I enjoyed this episode though. I did enjoy it. Shout
out to the writers, man. I really thought after John Singleton passed away that the storytelling and the plot and everything's gonna take a hit. Yeah. But
yeah,
I think whoever the writers he has, I think they've been there from the beginning. So either they must have had a picture already in mind of where he wanted the show to go, or something. Because I really thought it was gonna be a big drop off.
But you know, I don't know how involved he was with the writing. Anyway, he was just like the creator, or whatever, and the director. So he put all these pieces in place.
Yeah.
And if you do a good job at putting stuff in place, once you're gone,
it's still going on.
It's still gonna go on.
I think he did a lot of research.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff when he went in neighborhoods talking to people, it was giant.
And now, because the show is out, like I think we said on another episode, like now them people want to talk and they want to give their story.
Statute of limitations up.
Yeah,
you know
all of that. So now,
or they saying you got that part wrong. This is what really happened. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if that lady from Power was to like die, I don't think they could. You know what I'm saying? Sustain.
Because I think she do all of the writing herself, basically.
I mean, she got some helping creative writers.
Yeah.
But I think the storyline and everything is pretty much her. Like 50 is like an advisor / you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I wonder how much he really has to do with that show as far as like input and stuff. Like, is he just the executive? Like, he just the name and he kind of the backing money at first?
I would assume he had some input in the beginning, like in the episodes, in the seasons that involved him. But I think he got to have a lot of it for the Cain series, the Cain book that coming up. Yeah. You got to have a lot of it. He didn't put a whole video and song out for that.
Yeah. So I ain't even seen that.
You did? It's like one of them. What's the video Jay had where he pulled up in the dub dot buggy? Remember it was like the old school. He was driving the Pinto. Then later,
Song Cry.
So it'll put you in a 1980s dope boy video. It looked like Paid in Full. Like he got an old school car. The song called I think it's called like Dope Boy. It's one of them 80s dope boy, pull up in a fresh car, Cain goes. The only thing I didn't like about it, he put the young boy in it, NLE Chopper.
Oh, that song. Yeah. Oh, that song hard.
Yeah. That's for that song is supposed to be like for the promo for the Cain.
He got one. 50, he always bring he
can't make an album no more.
But he come with a song.
He'll come with a song.
Him and Fat Joe, they'll come with a song. Yeah.
Speaking of 50, before we keep going, man, hey man, I don't know if DMX gonna pull through or not. But
man,
I'm not one of those religious types, but whatever work can be done to hopefully bring the man through, man. He had them demons his whole career.
Yeah, his whole life.
You know what I'm saying? I look at him and Whitney the same, like they had all that going on, but they still found a way to make great music. Whitney.
Oh, Whitney Houston. Oh, okay.
You know she smoked her kneecaps off.
Yeah, I tooted her kneecaps off.
All of that, all of the above. But yeah, man. Hopefully the dog man can pull through. But if not, he had a good run, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It was one quote that's like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it was a Juvie line, and Juvie said on the song, he was like, you know what I'm saying, didn't give a fuck if we ball for 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he lived on top for some years, and
he had a good run.
Yeah,
he had a great run.
Yeah, 2 years, 2 platinum albums out. First person to do that.
Only rapper ever.
Only rapper to 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
1998.
98.
2 platinum albums in 1 year.
Yeah,
with a movie. And a tour, worldwide tour. All in the same year.
Yeah. I mean, I was young then, but everybody knew about that. Stop. Drop. You know what I'm saying? He did a movie with Jet Li.
And
Aaliyah.
Yeah. So
we'll drop a bomb for the dog, man.
Yeah, let me get to my bomb. I'm sorry. You right. Let me drop a bomb for DMX. I'm slacking on my Mackin over here. I'm letting drop a bomb for DMX.
That's your man's in there.
That's your man's. Put the money in the bag first, then get. I'm gonna put the weed in the bag first, then get money.
Let's do it, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Shout out to X, man.
I don't know no fucking Kiana.
Yeah.
He actually did good in his acting debut too.
He did. He was
way better than Nas.
We didn't talk about Nas.
Nas was reading off a teleprompter the whole movie.
Leave Nas alone, man.
Let's go to Africa, son.
Yeah, I want a whole different mind shits, B.
Here come T-Bot. I don't know. Africa's far.
He was horrible too, man.
Yeah. That used to be one of my favorites until people was like, man, that movie trash. I'm like, what, Belly? But nah, that movie was kind of bad.
But she kind of put me in the same mindset of Mary J on Power now.
Oh God, yeah, Mary J.
People like, man, Auntie Mary doing her thing.
She is not.
I'm like, bruh, she's horrible. She is horrible. Her and a retarded ass nephew.
Oh my God, he can't act for shit. But
And he reminded me of somebody from this episode.
Okay, we'll get into that. But real quick before we go, we talked about how bad Mary was, but it's a show she was on called Umbrella Academy. And she was good on that show, her acting. So
y'all gonna get some emails about Mary.
Oh no,
what they say?
They gonna get you, Cain.
Bad press is good press. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, all press is good press.
You see, I ain't saying nothing about Mary.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Mary, but we ain't taking away from but I'm saying like, cause she was in another movie called Mudbone or something like that.
Never heard of it.
It was on Netflix with the guy from The Chi named Jason something. But anyway, she got nominated for an Oscar for that movie, if I ain't mistaken. So her acting is good on certain stuff, but in Power, horrible. I guess we'll get into some good acting.
Yep.
Because everybody on this show acts good.
Except one person.
Yeah, you got to let us know who that is when we get to it.
Yep.
We open up the scene at the club, and it's Franklin telling Louis what he did with Fatback's body and how he handled it. Louis and Jerome are there. Louis is upset with everything that's going on because it happened outside of her club. You know what I'm saying? How she gonna conduct business with it going on outside her club?
With niggas dropping bodies outside my club.
I only dropped the body.
Franklin thinks the heat is coming off because the cops got their fall guy. He also mentions that they have Little Rock, Louis and Jerome got Little Rock. So, you know what I'm saying? Things basically looking up. And then Leon, he's going to get some new soldiers, and he going to get the projects up and running again.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it do sound good. But you can still feel a little bit of tension between Louis and Jerome, because every time Louis be talking, Jerome he's looking at her kind of funny.
Yeah, he be looking like, bitch, shut up.
Yeah, yeah. And he kind of looking at Franklin like that too, because Franklin got him in the dark too. He the one. He
found out last episode. You're right.
Yeah. Then we see Alton, and he's in his car. He looking very, very pensive.
I ain't never seen Alton in a car till this time.
Till now, yeah.
I ain't no nigga had a car.
Well,
He back home, man.
Yeah, he back home. He doing good.
Like he said, you never saw him in the car though.
He off the sauce.
Yeah.
He's looking at the card Irene gave him. So you know what he thinking, what going through his mind.
Yeah.
At this point, did y'all think he was gonna tell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't want to call it tell.
I did, and that's what I was gonna say too.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say he telling. Really, he really doing it to say it because
he had good intentions.
Yeah.
But he definitely reverted. He back to that Kermit the Frog looking ass nigga.
But you gotta look at it now. Alton ain't in the streets.
He ain't.
Alton is for the war of the black people.
Yeah. He just
that's how he see it.
Yep.
Well, and you gotta remember what his people did to the Panthers, what the CIA did to the Panthers. So he got all that going in, and he got his son. They got his son now too.
Well, and we ain't gonna jump ahead, but I think at that point in my mind, I felt like he was gonna tell, but in all reality of the character, I think that was a moment where he might have still been on the fence.
Yeah.
I think something happened that kind of triggered it to make his decision easier.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, but I think at that particular time in the car, when he's looking at the car, I think he was kind of on the fence with it because he, even though he meant well, he knew, you know what I'm saying, it could possibly be bad.
I think with what, you know, like y'all say, without jumping ahead, with what was going on, and you know, we know that Irene know everything, and she gonna put it out regardless. She just needed that person
on record.
On record.
Yeah, on record. So with him knowing that she gonna put it out regardless, he kind of did what the best that he think he could.
He tried to damage control.
Yeah,
he tried to damage control. But at that time, I think he was still undecided because he could have possibly been like, you know what, let's just run.
Yeah,
they could have.
You know what I'm saying? But I think
that
he
wasn't gonna work.
But they got the bread though, and like
it ain't about the bread no more.
Yeah, true. Because CIA want to, they can get you.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Yeah, we will.
Let's go.
So then Alton walks in the house, and it's a surprise sobriety celebration. Now, I said happy sobriety birthday.
No, happy sobriety birthday. Yep.
So was it his birthday and his sobriety thing?
I think it was his sobriety.
Just sobriety.
Yeah. How many ever long he's supposed to be clean?
And it was a year. It was a year. And so they sitting down.
So if it was a year, so that means everything from season 3
to now
is just a year.
Just a year.
Because we know Franklin did 4 months of rehab. Wow.
Yeah. So like a story, a show like this that's, you know, it's in this 4th season, you would think it would be longer. 4, 5, 6 years going, but this is just really a year. Really only maybe 2 years from season 1 to now.
Because you got to remember when the season 1, Franklin was 20. And I think now they're saying he's what, 21, 22.
22, yeah. So yeah, 2 years. And they sitting down, you know, they surprised and all of that, and so now everybody's sitting down. It's
I like that the family back together, because you know one time Sissy and Jerome wasn't even talking.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And, you know, I think season 3 ended with Louis and Sissy beefing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. So I'm glad, and I think the incident with the cop when he took her to the graveyard,
that was the first part. The first part that came back.
I think that kind of brought them back together.
Tragedy to
do
family
that.
back together.
Where they say a motherfucker won't come across the street to support you, but they'll fly miles in to come bury you.
But that's how it is though. Like, cause you think that you're gonna have the time
to say to make it right.
Make it right. Yeah. So they all sitting down. Sissy and and like y'all said, you know, it was just a year ago, but you know, Sissy and Alton, she really couldn't stand him back then, but now they all lovey-dovey. She's sitting in between his legs or whatever. She's
reflecting.
Reflecting, telling stories about how they met, how I think she said that, you know, he knew the Bible and all
he used to be a it's like a basically like somebody that went to school for a theology. A theology major. How he was such a panther and all kind of stuff. When they were going on with stuff like that, and Louis said, I don't want to know what your mama would have thought about me. And Jerome was like, you sure don't. Sure don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
he's sick of it.
He's sick.
He's over Louis right now.
Yeah, he can't stand her. I wonder if they parent. Well, nah, because I'm thinking about her being on the wire and their whole family was in the game. But I guess just Jerome was in the game or whatever. But Louis did have a past of being, you know, a streetwalker. You know what I'm saying? But she was kind of like a street person. She was kind of wild.
Yeah.
So
I don't think he over.
I mean over it as far as the game.
Yeah, he just.
I'm saying like he still loves her. For
about the life.
But you my lady and you held me in the dark for a year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's what I think. He's like, man, fuck you. Whatever you got to say, fuck you right now.
Because he asked her on the last episode, how long did you know?
And she said like a year.
She said a year.
Yeah. So,
go ahead.
So the look that he.
I said I didn't want to jump ahead on it. I was waiting.
Okay. So, but the look he gave her at that, the look she gave him, like, you know what I'm saying? When he said that, like, damn, it's like
everybody
that.
looked.
Everybody looked. Frank was like, let's make a toast.
Yeah,
he had to break the ice. Let's make a toast.
Yeah. So Reed. So then we go to Reed and him and Avi. They're on a private jet. And you could tell he on some stuff. He looked like an alcoholic
And a cokehead.
And he looked so bad that Avi asked him like, "Damn, what's going on with you?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And say, I told you episodes ago he was using.
Yeah, he started using. Yeah, and I missed it. I did miss it. Yeah.
Avi had to talk. Avi was spitting on that plane.
Oh yeah.
He was. Yeah, he was. Then we go to the shelter. It's breakfast time, and Alton and Wanda, they having a little discussion. And she was like, "Yeah, you Franklin Saint's dad?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, how you know that?" She was like, "I know him from the neighborhood." And then we hear a baby crying.
Right.
We go, and he goes around to look, and he sees this John Baxter's little girl. And John Baxter, that's the guy that was on crack.
That smoked up the diaper money.
Yeah, smoked up the diaper money. And before all of that happened, his wife left him, and they don't know where she is, a girlfriend or whatever. They go outside. When they go outside, we see a crackhead running by, whatever.
Right.
They go around the corner and they see him.
John Baxter?
Yeah.
Anybody seen John Baxter?
boy got that voice, man, like a soul singer voice or something. They find him. And
Message.
What's the message?
That's what I think made his decision right there.
Oh, okay. I say that and something else that happens later on. That's tied to this too. But when Wanda sees him, she was like, he got the froze.
And I was like, what the fuck she talking about?
I look at it as being like the dope fiend lean when motherfuckers on heroin or whatever. How they just be standing there like a damn, you know what I'm saying? They motherfuckers lean so hard like Michael Jackson and Smooth Criminal.
See, that's that DC shit.
Yeah.
Dope fiend lean came from DC. And not even DC, in Baltimore.
Yeah.
So.
But
and they was alive.
Yeah, but see, I thought that's what it was with him. Like he was just froze out. I ain't never seen no crackhead get that high on crack. But we found out later on it's something else. Yeah, what it really is.
Hold up. Anything you like to add?
Nah, I'm good.
Anything you heard from the internet?
No.
Anything else you heard from the internet?
Yeah, I heard something on the internet.
Yeah. When I say I haven't seen it, I haven't seen it on the internet.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that you saw it in person.
Yeah.
I just want to know, us two was talking. Has anybody else, from another perspective? Because we never seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it before. But I was wondering, well, maybe you get some bad work too. Because, it ain't a lot on the street right now.
Yeah, you're right.
And they cutting it, trying to keep it potent, but still stretch it. Yeah.
Because Franklin them still holding up.
You said bad work. That take me to the beginning of the show when we mentioned one of the, greatest rappers.
I heard that too.
That he got some bad work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we riding in the car with Peaches and Franklins.
Who?
I said Franklins.
I thought it'd been a second group. You say Peaches and Franklin.
It's a singing group.
Hey Frank, what you get up, boy?
Peaches and Franklin, they being followed. Peaches knows that they being followed, so they confront the tail.
Did he know or he was thinking?
At first he was
Peaches knew.
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah,
but people do talk like that. Like, I think we being such and such, but they really know. But Franklin said just what you said. Like, you sure? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You think or you know? Pretty sure.
Yeah. So Franklin thinks it's someone trying to follow them to see who the plug is.
Because they had plenty of time and opportunity to actually rob him.
Yeah.
He left the club, right?
Yep.
Was that girl at the club?
She wasn't at the club.
She wasn't there?
No. Well, we don't know, because remember when the scene opened in the club, they were saying that she told the police, she just came to work. She don't know that she just worked. So we don't know if she was at the bar while they were in the office. Cause
it was something that in the little dialogue there was like the police came by, because at the beginning when Franklin was talking about what happened, whatever, Franklin was just like, the police wanted to go in the club, but Tanashi was like, she ain't the owner. She not the owner. She don't have the keys to get in the club or whatever. And that's when he told him, like, yeah, I got all the work out, like I said. So that's another way that they had something happen. They told us what happened, and they didn't have to show, so they didn't have to show him moving to work or the money or whatever.
Oh, he did that the episode before.
Yeah, he told me.
Remember when Peaches picked the lock? He was like, all right, after we do this drop, come back and get all the bricks, take them to the stash house.
Yeah. But I mean, they kind of like retold that. So I think that's gonna come up later. That all the work gone from that place is someplace else.
But that still doesn't tell us whether or not she was there working at that time when they left to go meet the plug.
I don't think she was there.
We don't know, because remember the last meeting they had in the office, they were talking in the office, and then Franklin put the binds down, and she behind the bar cleaning glasses.
Oh yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. So Franklin and Peaches, they go on to the deal. Franklin's. You ain't gonna never let me live that shit down.
Pat on the bell last name, Franklin's. No more Henny for you, my guy.
I ain't even had a lot either. So back at the shelter, Alton is making a police report. Telling them, what happened to the guy.
Yep.
He's telling about the crackhead that he saw fleeing the scene. The police was like, yeah, probably somebody that
went in his pockets,
or whatever. He also said that they seeing more and more heads die like this because of a weakened heart, causing cardiac arrest. So then Alton is worried about John Baxter's kids and whether or not they're gonna be placed in foster care or kept together. This a lady there. She was like, telling them basically what could happen.
And I think that happened a lot back then. As far of course the OD part, but the part with kids getting separated, getting into the system.
Oh yeah, Even not with the parents not dying, just them not being fit.
The fit parents, right?
Yeah. So
like me and my sister, we super close now. But growing up, I hated her. You're the younger child. She don't want to take you nowhere. She always watching you. So you ain't the best of friends growing up. But even at that time when I kind of hated her because I'm a boy, she a girl, I couldn't imagine something happening to my parents.
And y'all getting split up.
We getting split up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as an adult looking back, like that would have crushed me. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine how a lot of 5-year-olds to 16-year-olds probably felt or had to deal with that back then.
And that was something he said a little later on. We didn't really get into that scene too much, but later on he was like, it's hard. Like, people don't really want to take teenagers. They may take the small kids, but they won't take teenagers in foster care or whatever. So yeah. So then we go to the projects, and Leon, he meets with Fatback's crippin' ass cousin, Big Dion.
Big Dion. That's who remind me of motherfucking What's the aunt name on Power?
I forgot her name on Power. Mary J. Player.
Yeah, but that's what remind me of the nephew.
You don't think he can act? You think he overacting?
Dog, this nigga's in Cali sound like he from Alabama, bruh. His accent was horrible.
Maybe he wasn't trying to put on an accent.
Why the hell not? He a crippin' ass nigga in Cali.
But sometimes all them niggas don't talk like fat.
Now he OG too. So
what that mean?
Does Jerome sound like he from Cali?
But Jerome tells you he moved there.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
He said, "Yeah, I been waiting to stomp a nigga out."
Like a lot of them dudes, a lot of them OGs don't really talk like how
the young dudes.
Young dudes talk. Like how maybe like a Nipsey talk or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Them older dudes like a little bit older than him don't really talk like that. A lot of them don't.
I don't know. I still think his acting was his accent was horrible. His acting was horrible. His haircut was horrible.
You just ain't like that big dude, man.
Yeah, I did, but I still think the shit was horrible.
But it was something that.
But his message was definitely.
Oh yeah, his definitely was one. Yeah,
his reasoning, his message was definitely on point. I respect the gangster.
Yeah,
for what he stood for. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you left a lot of mouths feeding no bread, motherfucker.
Yeah, and the fact that he got his cousin killed and he said his cousin wasn't a gangster.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we wondered that too, whether or not he was a and I think we asked that question a few episodes ago, like whether or not Fatback was a gang member or not.
Yeah, but you got every neighborhood has got that one big guy.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying? You could just put him on like he gonna make us look tough.
Mm-hmm.
But he put in work too.
He did. I mean, he wasn't scared to ride, but you know, at that point, he's with the guy that's feeding him, and that guy that's feeding him is allowing him to feed other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I can't let nothing happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like when these rappers nowadays get pulled over and they tour bus get pulled over and they find guns and weed and whatever else on the
Somebody
bus.
gotta take that.
Somebody supposed to take that. That's what y'all here for.
Yeah.
I can afford to make sure your year or whatever it is you do in jail is a good one. Yep. I can make sure your mama them straight. I go to jail. Everybody, all y'all fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's what you here to party, enjoy it. But when shit go bad, that's what you here for.
Even like with what happened with Michael Vick, his cousin snitched on him.
And he snitched because he got caught doing some shit that ain't had nothing to do with Vic.
Mm-hmm.
Now you done fucked up the whole family.
Whole family. Now Vic got to get it out the mud.
Again.
You
know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so he told Leon that he wasn't no gangster, but he was real. Mm-hmm. And Leon was like, I want to do business. And
No. He said, well, that's why I'm here, to make it right.
Yeah.
Name a price. He wasn't necessarily talking about business at the time. He was trying to say, how can I make it right?
Yeah.
So basically, I want to pay for his death.
Yeah.
Basically.
But the dude was like, you know what I'm saying?